Good evening, everybody. This is Matthew Comfort presenting my leadership final. It is a Raise Values podcast that will be stemming for about 3 minutes, talking about each of the Raise Values, how they're important to me, and then a little analogy for each one of them to kind of make them resemble in everyone's head. Starting off, the Raise Values it's an acronym of 5 different values that help you become an effective leader. They go respect, accountability, integrity, service, and excellence. And in my personal opinion, I believe each value is placed specifically in its position because it builds on the next, meaning that you cannot be excellent without having service, integrity, accountability, and respect already mastered. You can't have the ability to have truly good service without mastering integrity, accountability, respect, so on and so forth. And that even respect is the foundation of being a good leader. So it builds off one another. To start, respect is the first value. And respect simply is about listening to other people and being kind. It's about taking each person you have in a group or a team or anything you're doing and understanding them and what they want and what they can do exactly. I believe that each person, no matter how good they are at something, has something to offer at what they're doing, even if they're not the most skilled. Whether it's them learning from someone else or doing a smaller part of the assignment and having more of a spectator role, everyone still has a value and a purpose, and leaders can unlock that through listening to them and being kind and overall just showing respect. You can see in the bottom corner here, I chose this picture of Dwayne Wade and LeBron James because what they did was Dwayne Wade threw the ball behind his back to a very specific spot where only LeBron James could catch it and then put it in the rim. Something that takes a lot of time to build and something that both players had to respect each other. They had to listen to them, understand, okay, where do you need to be so I can throw this ball, you can catch it, and put it in the rim. It takes a level of respect for both of these players who are both leaders to have for each other and themselves and the entire team to make a play like that. And that wasn't the only alley-oop they made. They made plenty more plays just like that, and not only with themselves but other teammates too, because they have that respect, and that's the reason they won championships and won countless games together. Moving on next is accountability. Accountability is about making improvements for yourself by being honest. Someone who I think has done a great job of this is football legend Tom Brady, who was not a high draft pick because he was raw. He didn't have the talent, but he had the work ethic. And because he had the work ethic, he had so much accountability as well to go with that. Whenever Tom would make a mistake, that's the first time he made it. I remember once he was on a podcast when he was retired, and he said that the first time you do something bad, it's a mistake. The second time, it's a choice. And that really stuck with me because now I understand accountability and how the first time something is a mistake, he learns from it and he moves on. And that's why he became great. It's not because he's the fastest or the tallest or has the best arm strength. It's because he learns from his mistakes and takes every little bit of knowledge he can, which makes him just so accountable and an amazing athlete, human being in person. And next is integrity. I don't have an athlete example for this one, but I thought this image really encapsulated it, which is doing the right thing when no one's watching. It's just owning up to your mistakes and, again, honesty, which is kind of built on by accountability. Because accountability is like the personal principle, but integrity is acting it, right? Once I master accountability and I can personally own up to my actions, now I can find this wall and own up to it. Now I can do something wrong and say, hey, listen, I did this wrong. And once again, you have that integrity, you can better yourself. And when you mix that with service, you understand that there are butterfly effects to it. Scottie Pippen is a basketball player who showed a ton of service for his teammates. That was always ready to pass the ball to them, help them when they needed it, and when they needed it. And because he was so respectful, the effects were his teammates were respectful to each other, and it moved on. It was unconditional. Even though something good came out of it in the end, Scottie did it to not better himself, but to better others. And finally, we have excellence, which, again, I had the same picture here because it's difficult and time-consuming, right? These two people had to work a long time to become excellent. It didn't take one day. Of course, LeBron James has a lot of natural talent, so does Dwayne Wade, but it takes more than natural talent. It takes hard work. And that's where we wrap up on the conclusion. overall, the raised values are essentially being a great leader, and I hope you all take something away from this. Thank you.